Oh, do you smell that? It's got scents, some hints of bonfire. There's some marshmallows. Definitely a lot of sweat from shoulder pads. It's training camp week. We are officially back in Los Angeles Rams football. I am one half of the Tuna and the Sheriff. In the morning, I am Tuna. The other half is Sheriff.
What up? Oh, was I supposed
What's
to
up,
do it
dog?
too? Was I supposed to do the thing? Oh man, we are '90s kids. What up?
Yeah. What's up, dog? How's your morning going?
Dude, incredible, man. It's camp day. Feeling fired up about it, man. Feeling fired up for you. You got some pretty cool stuff to get done today. But this is like really
Oh,
to me the real start of football season. And I know that a lot of people, will only start during regular season stuff like that, but like to me training camp time that's when we're off and running. It's here until February is the goal. So it's starting today. I'm fired up about it, man.
there's people in pads today that is relevant and matters. That is
Yeah.
football. Football season starts today.
Yeah.
Um, I'm so juiced. Like I get to. So those who don't know, I for some reason somebody decided to give me media credentials for training camp, so I get to be there and just at least around. Like I'm in no mind concept thinking I'm like super important, but like the fact I just kind of get to be around, the action. I'm really excited. Like I literally feel like a little kid on Christmas right now. Like I could
Yeah.
not sleep last night.
This is super, super sick, man. And I mean, I think ultimately too, like from the perspective of somebody who has not done any like camp stuff. I've only been to Broncos camp, and that's not in like a media setting. That's just to go hang out and check it out and stuff. So it's pretty cool, man. I feel like it'll go really fast. It'll be like one of those things where people will be talking about stuff. You'll be reading articles about stuff that you were there for but missed. You know what I mean? Like
Oh
because
yeah.
it's a big event. It's there's a lot of different things happening, a lot of different moving pieces. So it's impossible to catch everything. And it's cool that now we get an added perspective of all this coverage from the homie Tuna, and that's pretty sick stuff, man. I'm fired up about that. But there's also so much to look at during this, man. What's I would say my question is to you, man. What is like the number one thing you're hoping to find out about this team while you're there checking out camp?
I think there's two. It comes down to like positional battles. I think there's two groups that there's a question mark in the air from fans. Like, it doesn't matter how casual you are. What's the running back room going to look like now that they drafted Jarquez Hunter? Are they going to use Blake Corum a little bit more?
Yeah,
There's reports of McVay like really hyping up Liam Cohn for him using dual backs last year in Tampa Bay. He's like, man, I really love that. It's like, oh, what's that
yeah.
going to look like?
So now we have a lot
And
of facts. Like,
exactly. And then I really want to see who from that cornerback room steps up and is like the guy. Because like that's just a position that's like straight like theatrics. They're loud, they talk. I want to know who's the guy at camp. Like my personal thought, I think it's gonna be Kobe Durant. I think he's gonna have a big camp. I don't know why. It just the vibes. Those are like the two groups I'm looking at primarily.
fair enough, man. Is there any coaches that you're interested to see in action?
Oh, easy. Yarbs. Dude, I
Yarbs,
cannot wait
let's
to
go,
actually
yeah.
meet Yarbs.
Dude, Yarbs is the man, man. I know when he was walking out of one of the Broncos preseason games, I didn't have a plan, but I saw him walking by. He was like, it's the whole team kind of walking out. And I just yelled Yarbs, and he looked back at me. I didn't have a plan. I was just said, "Love you, man." And he was all, "I love you, dude," and then kept walking. It was like, all right, that was cool. That's all I needed, man.
Do you think he knows how much Rams fans like actually know who he is and like love him? Like I haven't met a fan who does not know who he is.
I don't know. That's a hard one because I don't feel like he's very involved in like the internet and stuff like that. I don't see him like tweeting and stuff. So there's a few others that I would be really interested in seeing in person, and I think that number one would be Ryan Wendell, offensive line coach. I would love to see him in action, see how he's interacting, see like kind of what he's doing out there. I think that for me would be like the number one. But I think my favorite coach on the entire, gauntlet here would be Aubrey Pleasant. I love that dude. I think
No.
absolutely top tier, human and coach. I mean, I pound the drum on him all the time, though, especially on Ram Showcase. If you listen to my podcast, you know I'm a big Aubrey Pleasant fan. I think that he is absolutely great. So I would love to see him in action as well.
I think we're gonna. How soon do you think we lose him to a head coach position?
Every year I'm nervous about it, man. Him being our assistant head coach, I think that's just as good as being a coordinator, I think. And I think I started really being a fan of Aubrey Pleasant when I just noticed the corner room and it being a room where it's like, oh yeah, there's no real, no one's really sticking out here, and then the whole room was great, and like that's kind of what I look for in coaches and stuff like that. Just kind of like, what are they doing out there? Like Greg Williams is another one this year that I'm kind of curious to see. Like, is this the year where we're like, oh man, Greg Williams is sick out here coaching up these backers? You know what I mean? So yeah, I love that kind of stuff, man. Mike Waffle was another one of those where it's like every single one of our D linemen is a murderer. It's like you gotta look to the coach at that point, and Waffle for sure was that guy. So cool stuff.
They found a mold with the defensive backs or defensive line. Like I want to like they want guys who have gone through the transfer portal, guys who have like for some reason have a chip on their shoulder and can execute with this chip on their shoulder, like going from a small school to a bigger school and still being hungry. And then you give him the Waffle, and he's just like, "Yeah, I'm going to make these guys murder people."
Mike Waffle's gone now, but when he was here, that was like, yeah, he was just an absolute.
Oh, gotcha. I'm trying to wait. Who's the D line coach right now? It's too early for me, bro.
Oh my gosh, dude, don't do that to me. I'm gonna look like an idiot right here. Man, because I've got the name in my head. Really look like stooges out here.
It's GIF. That's why.
Oh, of course it's. God dang it.
I get it outside.
Yeah, who was the interim coach for the Chargers when they fired Brandon Staley? So I mean, definitely an experienced guy, very good coach, man. So yeah, that's I don't know why I couldn't think of Giff Smith, man.
To retract my statement, they go find guys that go through the transfer portal, give them the GIF, and GIF says, "I want these guys to murder people," and then they murder people.
Dude, cool. The outside linebackers too. I think that's a room of absolute insane individuals, which is exactly what you want. You know what I mean? Like it seems like BY is probably like the most like normal, down to earth guy, but then you hear him out here. He's like, I want all the balls. It's like yo, hell yeah, man, go get them, dude. It's so sick.
Dude. All right, I'm glad that he's finally doing a little bit more media. It's good to see him come out of his shell. I think he's a little bit more of a reserved person, and I think Jared Verse brings that out because a lot of the off-season content's them kind of like as like stepbrothers. It's so funny. So I lied earlier. I think the actual thing I'm most excited to see at camp or to hear is how much Jared Verse talks. Like I'm expecting to hear him over everything, and I can't wait to experience that in person.
But that's what he said too, is like that was his welcome to the NFL moment of like he doesn't trash talk in practice, because the whole thing was like, hey, this is your team. Like I understand you're competing and you're going one-on-one and stuff like that. It's like, but these are your teammates. You don't talk to them like that. So I don't know if it'll be like super crazy, but man, what I would give to just have like during a game to have just an audio feed of Jared Verse.
Just him.
I'd pay good money to just get him mic'd up and me just get an audio feed of everything he's saying the whole game. I think that'd be so sick.
I had speaking of audio feed, this is off brand from just Rams, but I've long felt this. So, like it stems from my disdain for certain commentators that I feel like, hey, I think we could do better in the booth. Yeah. I don't want to hear the play call. I know people are going to say, oh, yeah, everyone wants to hear what the coach is saying. No. I just want to hear on the field from players playing. I don't care about the pre-snap.
Yep.
Turn off commentators. I will pay an extra fee for a version of Red Zone where I only hear what's happening on the field. Yeah. Like I would love to hear that. I know we don't want to hear play calling and secrets. I just want to hear the guys yelling at each other.
That's all absolutely. I want. Yeah. It could even start as soon as the whistle blows. You know,
exactly.
There was actually this thing that the AAF did, which dumb league. It sucked. Like whatever, it wasn't good football, but whatever. You know what I mean? None of those other ones are NFL or nothing. But it was really cool that they had on their app you could watch games for free but the camera view was only the sky cam, and there was no graphics on screen. You couldn't see the score, the time left, anything like that. Um, and no commentary, no nothing. You just got stadium sounds and sky cam, and it was my favorite thing in the world. I watched so many games that way. I just thought it was so cool. And it was like you kind of got to try to pay attention yourself so you kind of know what's like when quarters and halves are going to end and stuff like that. But that was one of my favorite things in the universe, man. Watching the San Diego Fleet, that was my squad that I
Oh
watched
my
for
god.
the AAF. Yeah, watching them doing that, man, that was so sick. I remember too. I don't want to go too far on the AAF, but at the very first game of the Fleet, Mike Bercovici got absolutely blasted and his helmet popped off on like the second play of the season, and it was like, I'm gonna like this league, and then I didn't. It was a bummer. It was boring. So that's all.
But but
Is yeah, this thing's
what
gonna
a
be
deep
cool.
cut. Oh, yeah, we were talking about the San Diego Fleet on this podcast. Get a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just realized my light's not on because I couldn't find it.
Oh, come on, Tuna. Get it
Um,
together, man.
what was I gonna say? Trying to. There we go. Oh, thinking back. So since we're starting training camp, I want you to think back to McVay's first year.
Yeah.
What did you think going into that year, if you can remember, of like, hey, we have this 30-year-old, a guy who's younger than we are right now. Think
Yeah.
of like you, daily life, responsibilities at age 30. Here's a football team. You run this shit. What were your thoughts about him coming in? Like just anything you can remember.
You saying that just now that he was younger than us now. I mean, he coached in a Super Bowl at a lower age than we are right now. So
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. But
That's great.
I'll be honest, man. Going into that year, we were off of a 4-12 year where Jared Goff looked like an absolute bummer, and he was looking like he was not going to hit at all. The roster was kind of just had talent, but didn't know where to really place it. I mean, obviously Todd Gurley, Aaron Donald, that was a really good football team, but there was so many pieces of that team that just kind of like it's like, are they gonna be good? Like, are they gonna hit and be awesome, or is this like not gonna go well? And then also him being so young, I think I went into the season about this time, sitting in camp time. I was sitting here like, okay, we'll see, dude. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's a good thing, maybe it's a bad thing. It's like, but we'll see. We just gotten off of many years of Jeff Fisher, and so I think that my confidence, my excitement, well, not my excitement. I'm always pumped for Rams football, but like going into the year being like we're gonna destroy people, like we're gonna go to the playoffs and stuff like that was not in my mind. So this time of year, I was kind of just like, yeah, we'll see. Well, yeah, like, hey, football season's on the way, man. And then that Colts game happened, and I was like, oh, it's like, hold on, what is this? What is this? This is fun, So it kind of changed quick.
I think, oh my gosh. Outside of that first year, I think I haven't been this excited for a training camp before the 2021 season.
Yeah.
I had it like when Matthew Stafford first came to town. I'm thinking of like the team makeup and dynamic outside of Stafford, Donald, and Ramsey. Cooper Cup was not quite who we felt he is today. Like he was about to become that superstar.
That
That
year
team going in,
was,
yeah, that team compared to this team, I mean, I'd argue like this team is just as good. Maybe not the same upper level of star power because you can't match Aaron Donald. Jalen Ramsey is another elite superstar, but Jared Verse is getting right there, very fast, very early. Puka Nakua is immensely on the rise. Our wide receiver room was probably better pre OBJ draft. Heading into this, there's so much to be excited about. Like this feels like truly this team is going to go on a run. Like I think there's a lot to be excited about. I don't know if I'm the only one that feels that sentiment, but that's just me.
I mean, not from where I'm sitting, man. I did my roster breakdown, and I think that was, just kind of went through, every position grouping on the roster, and just kind of went through each guy, kind of. And I think this is one of the deepest teams we've ever had. I think this team is absolutely locked and loaded, man. And then you also include our coaches in that. Um, Shula has done an awesome job at DC after Raheem Morris. I think the LaFleur and McVay offensive combo is absolutely brilliant. Chase
Mhm.
Blackburn, that first year as the special teams coach, had a lot of like questions, I guess, but I think that was more player related than Blackburn related. So um, I'm loving every part of this team. Like, if you have to pick out weak spots of this roster, I mean, you can find them, but you can also argue against those. You know what I mean? Like, you can
Yeah.
say inside linebacker, but it's like, yo, I think Landman is an awesome addition. I think Pooh Paul is a great addition. Omar Spates coming off of his rookie year, I thought was awesome. So excited to see him. You can point to corner, but we know D Will's sick. We know Akello's sick. We know DK is sick. We know that Kobe's sick. So I mean, again, there it's like, who knows if this is the year where some of those guys, DK and Kobe, what if they take big jumps this year and are really
Yeah.
awesome. You could also look at, tight end, where people would say that we don't have any top tier talent there. I love Tyler Higbee, and I don't care if he's not as athletic as a George Kittle. He fits into our offense extremely well. And T Ferg, dude, looks like an absolute monster out here. So I mean, you can go through this roster and try to give me weak spots, but I mean, I can argue any of these positions are looking real good, even all the way down to punt slash kick returner. I mean, we've got options there as well,
Mhm.
and good options. I mean, Xavier Smith, absolute baller out here. Britton Covey coming in. That's kind of my pick on who I think is going to win that job, but we'll see
Mhm.
as camp starts today. You know what I mean? Like, this is where we start to form those opinions. That's like my pre-camp thoughts. But I think that overall, this team is one of the most loaded rosters that I've covered when since covering the Rams, which has been the last 14 years or something like that.
Dude, it is. I didn't realize how truly deep it was until so I've been pumping out my camp previews for each position group.
Yeah.
Um Started late because I didn't realize I was gonna have little time getting ready for camp. I didn't think I'd had to add that to my schedule.
Yeah.
Um, so the rest of them will come out today. I'm just saying screw it and just pumping them all out today.
Nice.
But as I'm going through it, like I'm having to like with the defensive line, I'm on like the sixth and seventh guy. I'm like, doesn't like looking at their film, looking at like their credentials, like these guys can fight for snaps. Like this is really I don't know past like just specifically with the defensive line, past Turner, Puna Ford, like past those two, I'm unsure who exactly is going to get what share of snaps. Like obviously scenario matters. I know you're thinking Braden Fisk, okay,
Yeah.
but they just drafted Ty Hamilton. He's going to get mixed in there as well.
Who's a
Tyler
big guy,
Davis,
and I
Tyler
love
Davis
him.
showed a lot of good things as well. Like past the first two, it's not guaranteed what the cut of snaps are going to be based on the scenario, and I'm really excited about that.
Dude, I think we're on kind of the same page there as far as like this team being so deep. And then also, again, I mean, you kind of point to the coaches. We touched on Gift Smith. We even though we forgot who he was, not who he was, but we forgot. But
We
then
did,
I
we never
mean,
did, never happened.
yeah, never. We go way back. I mean, yes, people like on the offensive line with Wendell, Cromer. Um, I mean, just looking at this list now, I talked about Greg Williams already. We talked about Yarbs already. Um, Jimmy Lake, dude. I mean, this coaching staff is absolutely incredible, man. So I think we also look at that too. We got Joe Caniglio out here for the outside linebackers. He's the one coaching those insane guys. I mean, there's not a lot to I guess dislike. And I think ultimately too, man, that like I mean, we look at the rest of the NFL and stuff like that, and it feels like we're not getting a lot of attention. It seems like everybody's on the Eagles. People are like, oh, the Niners are going to bounce back and all this stuff. And I don't know, man. I feel like people are not giving the Rams credit for what they ended the season with. They're taking last year and looking at it as a whole and looking at our averages, and we're like, yeah, pretty middle of the road. And it's like, yeah, but we were like 31st for the first, before the bye week, and then we were awesome post bye. So those averages, I
Yeah.
think, are getting skewed a little bit, and I think it's very clear to see on the internet, stuff like that, people not giving us credit here. Ray coming in says, speaking of the coaching staff, crazy that McVay is in year 9 and has literally seen it all as a head coach, but he's still third or fourth youngest head coach in the league. Yeah, that is nuts,
Yeah.
honestly. He turns 40 in January, so yeah, it is crazy to know how long he's actually been here now. That's pretty fun. But we could also keep him for the next 40 years if he's willing.
If he wins the Super Bowl this year, I think it's safe to say just give him a lifetime contract. I don't care.
I'm already
um,
down for it, man. Yeah, Ray said we are in good hands. That is for sure.
just like Allstate. So yeah, I'm if I get a chance to ask him a question in one of these conferences the next few weeks, I've got some questions about that, like specifically like for himself, like looking back at your first training camp versus like same thing I asked you, like your first training camp
Mhm.
compared to now, leadership, what's been the biggest growth, like just have him kind of reminisce on that a little bit because you got to like self reflect because he's come a long way, like especially that 2022 year where he almost quit. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, if you don't know about that, again, I'd always plug it. The play callers, Jordan Rodriguez. There's a huge part
so
about
sick.
that. It is so good to listen to.
Super, super good.
But yeah, I'm just excited, man. I'm excited to meet McVay.
There's all kinds of reasons to be excited, such as Roger popping in for the first time, dude. What up? We're on
Man,
episode 23, man.
come
So
on,
we're
man.
still at the beginning, man.
Everybody knows
Only done
Roger.
we've only done off season, man. So this is going to be our first time. Like we're actually going to be covering the season. We got to figure out a schedule for that, by the way. I'm going to be a little bit more open than I am right now. I do have a schedule shift coming up post 8:15. So
Mm,
more availability that way. And I'm trying to hit Ram Showcase as hard as friggin' possible, dude. Ramshowcase.com. I'm trying to hammer that kind of stuff as well. So plenty of reasons to be excited. But number one, which is camp, dude. Before we wrap up here, we only got a couple more minutes before I gotta
yeah.
go to work. Just kidding, but um, but yeah, man. So we kind of touched on corners. We touched on defensive line, outside linebackers. Those inside linebackers, I had mentioned them, but we haven't really talked about them much. What are you
Yeah.
expecting to see out of these guys? Do you think that we're going to see a heavy rotation in camp and kind of seeing who is rising up, or do you think that the coaching staff kind of knows who they want to see out there and are going to be kind of guiding it that way?
I don't think they go in with like preset, like, yep, this is our starter no matter what. Obviously, they probably have some leanings.
Hmm.
Um, Puka Nakua is a great example. I don't think they came into camp thinking I'm going to start Puka Nakua, a fifth rounder, over everyone else.
Yeah.
He was just too good to keep off the field, and that's straight from McVay's own words. I think it has to be that situation. Like if Pooh Paul can come in and he's just like he never makes a mistake. He's always in the right spot. He makes camp. If he makes it difficult for the scout offense or the first offense, you're gonna hear some noise of like, should he start over Spates? Should he start over Landman?
Hmm.
Um, it is gonna be interesting to see like how that battle works out. I think Spates takes a huge leap. I think he's just way too fast and aggressive to like keep off the field. I think it's gonna be a good fit.
Yeah, dude, Bromar Spates out here. Fired up for his second season, dude. That's gonna be
Bromar, I
yeah,
like that.
Bromar. I try to do that as much as I can, but yeah, I'm really excited to see him, man. You mentioned Pooh Paul. You're absolutely right. I feel like I've kind of been like, well, we'll see because he's still raw and stuff like that. But it's like, you know what? First of all, who the hell is Mel Kiper? Who the hell is Sheriff Joe Baggs over here? And like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what's going on in there. I don't know what those conversations have been. So I think that he's one that I'm very curious to see. So I am actually really interested in hearing your reports and kind of what's going on out there in person. But again, I'm fired up for Landman. I think that Landman is an underrated addition to this defense. I think he's going to fit in well. Coming over from the Atlanta Falcons and Raheem Morris, I think that
Yep.
that's a good fit. So I think that's getting not enough attention from including Rams fans. That's weird.
Good.
Yeah.
Sometimes you want to be off the radar.
Sure.
I know we don't have too much time, so you spoke about the report. So if you guys do, anybody watching, if you want to keep up to date, I just moved everything over to my Substack. What the hell is my Substack? If you don't know what Substack is, it's just a blog site. But that is where I'm going to be posting my reports. It is firstandtuna.substack.com. I'm going to have one come out every evening during the week that I'm at camp. Just first reports, things I'm seeing, bullet points, who looked great, who like looked okay. And then at the end of each week, I will do a review of just kind of encapsulating how the week went over on YouTube. So right here on this channel.
Heck yeah, dude! Camp time with Tuna. It's awesome, man. You got your tents and everything, your lantern and all that.
Hey, someone just needs to bring the marshmallows, bro. We're good. Some
Dude,
s'mores.
I'm coming. Hold on. Where we got?
I hate you.
I'm stuck. I'm too far away, which is very sad and unfortunate. But
Come on, come to Papa. Come to LA, baby.
I'm working on it. Okay, I'm working on it. Where that's it for us today. We'll be back rather soon, I'm sure. As camp comes in, I'm sure we'll be fired up to get some more chatting in. So as this kind of roster, we're the most chaotic time right now. We just LeBron's all the roster into the air right now, and we're just waiting on it to settle in. So we'll see where all those pieces fall, and what this starting lineup looks like come week one. But step one is getting cuts. So it's unfortunate we'll have to see some of these guys go. But that's what's next, man. That's these guys are fighting for livelihood at this point. So it's good stuff, man. All right, what are we gonna list as we fade into the abyss? What are we doing here?
You know what? Since we were talking about marshmallows and sweets, let's just go just best like sweet treats, desserts, like anything. It could be a place, it could be a baked good, just anything. I'll start off. Chocolate chip cookies. That's top tier. It's the best thing ever.
That's number one, first overall pick. That's totally reasonable. I'm gonna go with just in general ice cream. I'm a sucker for ice cream. I will eat ice cream every day. I don't care. I'm a child when it comes to that.
I'm gonna get wildly specific. I don't care how many calories it is, or the fact that it's considered like a 3-course meal. Cinnabon cinnamon rolls.
Ooh, solid pick, man. Solid pick. I'm gonna go with my pre-concert snack as I'm on I-25 on my way up to Denver to see a show. Give me Nutter Butters.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
No, those sour punch straws, the bites, the bag of the bites.
Okay.
Those are. If you take a lot of green